I would say stop wasting building material if this was not a fake brick. I know it looks like a brick, but because I cannot do it and I am jealous, I am going to say it's a potato.
If you're wondering what I've been doing, both in Tekken and in real life, then this is the video for you. First, I'm going to talk about Tekken and what I ended up when it came to controllers. I decided that I'm not going to use these Xbox controllers because the way I play is kind of rough, right? I hit the buttons really hard and I press really hard on the D-pad. And the only way I'm going to have proper control is to either 1. Change the way I play, or 2. Use the PlayStation controller again. So, of course I went to the PlayStation controller. I'm not changing. I know that some of you might want to see like a full match and not just clips, so don't worry. In the second half, I'll put out real matches. Nobody wants to see me in early ranks, right? Because the initial start is expert rank, and my goal was to reach Seiryu. The only real practice I did before matches were the moves, juggles, and wall combos. So unfortunately that meant I had a lot of gaps in knowledge when it comes to punishing or moves that go like mid and low. But with my experience, I could kind of figure out on my own if some moves are punishable. Like this match against Genryu was a bit rough because I know I faced him in Tekken 6 and Tag 2, but I just couldn't remember anything about the moves because I don't face him enough. It led to losing my 18 win streak, but that's fine. I mean, all win streaks must come to an end. I certainly did not realize the range of this unblockable. The good thing is, matches like this honestly make me better against future opponents. It was a slow climb, but if you guys know me, my hands can't really take playing often, so I'll give myself an hour or 2 a week, but sometimes I skip weeks. The clips here go all the way back to December 1st. It's also a bit frustrating because I know what good play looks like, and I know I used to play well. But watching these replays, I notice my reaction time is much slower. I particularly have trouble recognizing a move even after I block it. The best way to start recognizing moves is to start playing, of course. So sometimes I can't seem to do what I had in mind, but you know, we're always learning, and sometimes we are relearning. So what have I been doing since the COVID started? You know, I've actually been doing really well. Other than a few canceled events that I was looking forward to, there's no real trouble so far. Job-wise, I'm able to work remotely, so 3 weeks out of every month I work from home. I work with satellite imagery, so that could be done at home. Now there are a few things that can't be done remotely, so for 5 days I still go into the office. But there's a lot less people there, and everyone's wearing masks. Work is only like 10 minutes away, so it's easy peasy. I actually did one smart thing with my 401k. I knew that the Rona was going to be a thing. I was reading about what was going on in China on Reddit. So around maybe like day 2 when the US stocks started to sink, I changed my 401k into mutual funds that was impervious to fluctuations. I think it was US bonds or something like that. And then later on I changed it back, so I didn't really suffer any losses. When it comes to events, the photo shoots and costume conventions, they were all canceled, so I haven't done any of that for the last 6 months. I am really glad though that I went to Katsucon in February because that was the last big one before the Rona became a bigger concern. I never traveled for an out-of-state con before, so this one was really worth it. I mean, the hotel itself is like a giant convention center, and they had a lot of natural light, so it was great for photo shoots. If the Rona gets situated before the end of this year, it might mean I get to go again in February. I predict that maybe sometime before November, a vaccine will be ready. And even though not everyone could take a vaccine, hopefully enough of us do, where the spread of COVID gets low enough, where the non-vaccinated could go out safely. When H1N1 was going around in 2009, it's kind of roughly the same timeline. Just like H1N1, the Rona is probably something that we just have to live with from now on, but at least we'll have some protections against it. Most likely, they'll have to update a vaccine every year. One of the interesting things I did when during the Rona times is I actually cut my own hair, but it looks really good. My hair used to be a really large fro, and it got so big, the bottom 1/8 of my hair kind of like sank lower than the rest of my hair because I had so much. So because I recently watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, I shaved off the sides of my head and straightened my hair so I could tie it back. So you guys know that my aim is to have my hair like Sokka, but if I really mess up, I could just change it to Aang's. For YouTube, I actually gave my capture card to a friend, and I really didn't expect to make any more videos, including this one. But I always find myself thinking how cool it would be if I made a few more. I wanted to update the top 10 Tekken music because I didn't know about a few music tracks, and like a few music tracks actually went by and I never knew that they existed. And I also made a video before Tekken 7 was out. So what I'll probably do is I'll Hall of Fame the first top 10 and then just add upon it. There's a few games I also want to give attention to also. There's particularly a few fighting games. Because I found old footage of me creating a skit for the game Rival Schools, and I kind of want to use it. Finally, I want to do a mod review. You might have noticed that I used a mod or two, but I keep forgetting where I got them from. So maybe I should give the mod creator some attention. Oh, I almost forgot. One more thing I want to create a video for is Maple Story 2. In March, I decided to play with my girlfriend when the Rona locked everything down. And the MMO was actually just really amazing. We actually didn't have that long to play it because Maple Story 2 was actually shutting down. We only had 1 month to play. So now I'm actually like kind of upset because I could have been playing that game a lot earlier because I really enjoyed it and I just wanted to play more. So the TLDR of this whole video was that I was one of the lucky ones during the Rona times, and I am just waiting it out. And hopefully I don't have to wait much longer. So, in the next video, I'll show why I transitioned to using Paul instead, and what rank I'm currently sitting at. Did I make it to Seiryu? Find out next time on Tekken 7.